We are now live. Oh, let me turn this down.
Yeah, I got to do the same thing.
Turn it down. Turn it down. Yeah, we are now live. The People Before Politics radio show. And my name is Damon K. Jones, and this is my partner, AJ Woodson, the editor-in-chief of Black Westchester magazine, and I'm a publisher. And we are live, y'all.
All right. Can you hear me good?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Can you hear the applause?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And tonight we're live on Instagram, Damon K. Jones. So AJ Woodson, what's up, man? What's happening, my brother? What's going on?
Man, just juggling, trying to make it happen. I don't know. Am I echoing?
No, not
okay.
really.
I have my volume down on Instagram and my
No, you sound good. You sound good.
All right, that's what's up. Yeah, man, just juggling a few things, working on the next issue of the newspaper, which is and I'm hearing that yes, I do have feedback. Somebody just said.
Oh, okay. I
don't know how. I've turned the volume down all the way on Instagram. If I turn my volume now, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, everybody else out there can hear me? I just turned my volume down on the computer. Am I still echoing?
Yeah,
I am.
You're echoing more.
I don't know how to stop that without turning one mic off.
Oh, I don't know, man. Testing 1, 2. Am I echoing?
No.
What about your other phone?
You're not echoing. You're clear.
No. What about your other phone? You have two phones. Make sure everything is turned down.
Yeah, I'm only on the iPhone. The other phone is not on.
All right, so here we go.
But I'm on the computer and on the phone, so I'm calling somebody by mistake.
So, come out of Instagram and then come back in.
All right.
So, brother, you sent me. I didn't even have time, but I definitely wanted to talk about it. I really didn't. I didn't have time to look at the actual story. I'm going to try to pull it up. Let's see if I can pull it up on News 12. Because I think we have to really have this discussion. And big shout out, first of all, to Mimi Roca
and the Innocent Project.
And the Innocent Project.
The Innocent Project's thing is hit in DNA database proves Leonard Max innocent after 47 years of wrongful conviction.
Yeah, I'm about to.
Unreliable witness identifications along with racial bias and tunnel vision led to Mr. Max wrongful conviction, the longest to be vacated based on DNA evidence. 47 years.
I'm trying to. News 12 don't have a search.
They do somewhere at the top.
Maybe it's over here. Oh, here we go.
On September 5th, Leonard Max was exonerated today.
What was his last name? Leonard Max?
Mack, M-A-C-K, Mack.
Okay, I'm just going to do Mack.
Leonard Mack was exonerated after nearly 5 decades after he was wrongfully convicted of rape.
Yep.
Two counts of criminal possession of a weapon, March 1976. New DNA testing of crime scene evidence found in post-conviction.
I'm getting ready to play the News 12. report in a hot second. So
Okay, one thing I want to add. He was
yeah.
exonerated on his 72nd birthday. I just wanted to put that
Wow.
detail out there. 47 years incarcerated.
No, what year was this?
1976.
Oh my God.
47 years, and he was exonerated on his 72nd birthday.
I can't even blame Janet DPR for that one.
No.
Because I was damn sure trying.
Her fault for not figuring it out. Now let's put it.
I was there. I was definitely going to try to share it. Here we are right now. Let me play this for people to listen. This is crazy. Let me see if it worked. Maybe it don't want to work. New Swell said, y'all are not playing our story. You have to do your own work. Well, it don't want to work. So guess what? It's out of here. So that's crazy. But it just shows that racism lives in Westchester. whether we wanted to agree with it or not, racism lives in Westchester. You know, racism lives in Westchester. So, and we still, and we still have a long way. We still have a long way to go in actually addressing the issues of racism in Westchester. So, big shout out, and I hope we're able to bring him on. I know, right? You did reach out to the lawyer, right?
I reached out to the Innocent Project,
mm-hmm.
and they were he went back home to South Carolina, so he wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
It was 12 noon today, so he wasn't. They weren't available today, but they said give them some other dates, and even if we have to do a special show, I figured.
Yeah, whatever day there's available. I mean, we could do it in the daytime. We could do it. We right. could do it whenever.
But they are interested. They know who we are, and we will be having the Mr. Mack and his attorney on very shortly to discuss this in great detail and let you hear as soon as he's ready. I mean, as soon as he's down, because this is man, well. I want to go bigger than racism. I understand racism is alive and well in Westchester. In 76, racism was probably alive and well everywhere. Like, I mean, it was just 76 was like, we're just coming out the 60s. Like, there's a lot of people that probably got locked up back then. So,
but I want to know how many times before the Innocent Project that he reached out to the district attorneys, and what district attorneys, because of the fact that, if the man was innocent, surely the same evidence would have came up 10 years ago.
Yeah, because DNA's been an issue for a minute. DNA has been
been around for DNA, and I know for a fact, and here I'm going kicking a dead horse because I love to kick her. Janet DeFiore and her predecessor, there was another case with a man from Mount Vernon. Another case, a man from Mount Vernon who ultimately got his case overturned. So a lot of times these district attorneys fight this, and thank God for the Innocent Project, that they go all over and deal with it and deal with these cases and freeing innocent people that shouldn't be in jail. How long this man was in jail? 40 years?
47.
He should get $1 million for each year.
And you know what?
$1 million. I mean, look, price, you can't even put a price on the amount of time that he lost. And
I'm 57. He been incarcerated all but 10 years of my life.
Exactly.
Like, so I'm just trying to figure, like, yo, if you take 47 years is just 5 years. 1 year is too long. 47 years. So you've missed your kids' graduation, your grandkids' graduation.
You missed 3-4 generations. You missed
every birthday, every family reunion, every event. It's ridiculous. Like, there's nothing they can do to give this man back his time. And I don't even think $1 million. I don't even think $1 million a year is enough.
Look, no, it's not enough. But guess what? They got to pay. And they should pay. They have no choice but to pay. Westchester County better find Westchester County, Greenburg Police Department, because they said it happened in Greenburg, correct?
I've got to look. Hold on.
Yeah, they said Greenburg. They said Greenburg, New York. There was one report said Greenburg, New York. And if it is Greenburg, y'all going to have to pay what you owe to this man. He spent 40 some odd years in jail for a crime that he didn't commit. Y'all going to have to pay. I've seen dudes spend 20, 30 years and then they give him $1 million. Are you kidding me? That man should get $1 million for every year. See, we got to start setting the standards for these district attorneys and these police departments because they work together. We've been saying this for the longest. They work together to cover their bullshit. And this is a prime example of how they covered the bullshit for 40 years. So everybody got to cut a check. They got to cut a check for this man. And that even, and you know what? $1 million a year isn't even enough, but it will do. It will do. It'll be tax-free, and he could get on with his life and live and try to live. He outlived in jail the lifespan of a black man outside.
Yeah.
So now, the little time that he has left, y'all got to give him some money. And I don't want to hear, well, he's an old man. He shouldn't have that. He should get every penny of the time that he spent in jail and he didn't do the crime that Westchester County, Greenburg put him in jail for. It's simple as that.
No, you're absolutely right.
It's simple as that, man. You got all these hucklebucks out here doing all this crime, and right now we can't put nobody in jail. The only person they talking about putting in jail is Trump. That's it. Crime crazy in the black community. And then she on the news. I was talking to you, AJ, the other day. I said, here we go again. Tiz James on the news with Trump. Be on the news with something else. Be on the news and how we going to fight crime. How we going to get these guns off the street. How about that, Tiz James? How black communities is festered with pedophiles. And that's a situation that goes on the radar, and people don't be talking about these rapes and these pedophilias out here. They don't be talking about that. But it goes on. Hell, they had one just working for the county legislators.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's real. But nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about that. They got us looking at Trump, and crime and violence is running wild. We had guests on last week talking about all these migrants committing all these crimes in the 5 boroughs. Nobody wants to talk about that. It's beginning to look safer in a red state than it is a blue state. Man, we better get it right and stop being fooled. Because it's our community.
I think I got it. Hold on.
Rape conviction from 1976 in Westchester County overturned. The 72-year-old was exonerated by DNA, which made history as the oldest exoneration by DNA in the United States. An incredible day. Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis joins us live from White Plains with this story. Marcus.
Mike, an emotional day as well, and it is all taking place on Leonard Mack's 72nd birthday. He calls it the best birthday gift he could have ever imagined. In some ways, he is reborn. His good name has been restored. The last time Leonard Mack walked into the Westchester County Courthouse, he was in handcuffs, about to be sentenced to prison for rape. Today was different.
After 40 years, I'm finally going to get closer to this and clear my name.
In 1975, the Vietnam veteran was charged with tying up 2 high school students at gunpoint, brutally raping one of them. He was identified after questionable police tactics. His clothing was changed to match the description of the suspect, and his picture was the only black man included in a photo array.
People just don't know how it feels to be accused of something you didn't do.
Mack served his entire 7.5-year sentence but kept fighting to clear his name. The Innocence Project took up the case, and the Westchester DA's office's conviction review unit had DNA evidence tested, something that didn't exist at the time of his trial. Not only did it clear Mack, it linked another man to the crime who confessed. The DA pointing out the wrongful conviction not only robbed Mack of his freedom, it failed the public.
Because while the wrongfully convicted sit behind bars, the actual perpetrators are free to commit additional crimes. And we believe that is what happened in this case.
In court, Mack tearfully described living nearly 50 years with the stigma and shame of being labeled a rapist, a miscarriage of justice that drew apologies from the district attorney and an emotional exchange with the judge who finalized his exoneration.
And now I can truly say, that I'm free.
Well, also acknowledged today is that there are 2 victims reliving the trauma of sorts of what happened. 2 women who were notified about what happened. The person who is now linked to this case and has confessed to this case cannot be prosecuted because of the statute of limitations. Even worse, he was convicted of another rape that occurred 2 weeks after the original incident. In 2004, he pleaded guilty to another sex offense, and he is currently being prosecuted. He is in custody for failing to register with authorities as a registered sex offender.
Wait, so not only did this brother not commit the crime that he was accused of, they did a photo array, and he was the only black face in the photo array. So they're going to be like, yeah, that's him. Then the person who actually did it committed another rape 2 weeks later and was convicted of it. And because of lack of DNA, like now you'll be able to line all that stuff up. And then continued in 2004, got arrested again because he failed to register as a
sex offender.
Like, yeah. Like this dude. So the brother who got arrested, brother Leonard Mack, has been in jail for 47 years.
No, he served. No. It said he served a 7-year sentence, and he's been fighting since then.
Oh, he's been okay.
But because then he had to register as a sex offender everywhere he went, which is crazy, right? Still $1 million for every year, right? I'm $1 million for every year, but the sad thing is he did a 7-year sentence. I want to know how many DAs did you talk to until you got to the innocent project? Because surely he tried to do it on his own, right? Before the innocent project. So what was the response?
And you have to go ahead,
brother. You got to reach out. Did Hector reach out to you, AJ?
Yes, I've been crazy busy.
Oh, you got to schedule him.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You got to schedule because
the 17th is booked. The next week is the 24th.
So the 24th, Hector. So we had to, I just want to know, because that's crazy. They got to pay. So, I wanted to talk about something else too, because let me see if I can share this again, man. Share screen.
Yo.
So the IRS acknowledges Black Americans face more audit scrutiny. That's what happens when you don't got Trump as president. So they get in and it says the Internal Revenue Service, and this is this is published in May, but I wanted to push this up because when we sit here and when we talk about and then we talk about inequality and what side does what. So now we're getting Black people, we always vote, but then we get the shaft at the end.
Yeah, I want to push on something. It says Black people say, what was the title? Black people what?
IRS acknowledges Black Americans face more audit scrutiny.
And I got to read the article because while you're saying Trump, I'm sure this was going on while Trump was president too. This is not just.
No, it wasn't. No, Trump ain't. There was only one person working in the IRS. Trump had one person working in the IRS.
Yeah, but I like to see the years
wasn't no audits.
Yeah, but so there was no audits under Bush and all the other.
Oh, we're not talking about Bush. We're
talking about Democrat Republicans though.
This is under this administration. See, this is under who we vote for. I expected under anybody else, right? I don't expect. See, when we lose, you all right, baby girl? When we vote for people, and then we're the victims of what we vote for, there's a problem. We should have a problem with that. Black people, we never have a problem with that.
I still want to, while that's important, I don't want to undermine what we started talking about. And Terry Watson said, imagine fighting for your country, and this is how they repay you. He was a Vietnam veteran.
Oh, no.
I still want to, I think we didn't spend enough time on that before we start talking about
anything else. Well, listen.
This is worthy of a longer conversation, and I don't want to get mixed up in that. That has nothing to do with this conversation. Other than showing the systematic racism, but I want to continue to get back to that.
It's not systematic racism. It is America. This is what I don't like. See, we give systematic. We give the American dream is racism. It's not systematic. It is what it is. It's not systematic. right? Because if it was systematic and we had all these black people in these positions, we had a black president, we have a black vice president, we had a black joint chiefs of staff, we had a black this, a black that, and black judge, and black this, and we could just black for the last 60 years. If it was systematic, we would have changed it. We would have changed it. Don't give me that systematic. It is what it is, and it ain't going to change until we change. Until we change. We have to change. Because putting black people in places are not going to change it.
So systemic racism and institutional racism are defined as policies and practices that exist throughout a whole society, America, or organization that results in and supports a continued unfair advantage of some people and a unfair or harmful treatment of other people based on race. Your second story, you talked about the IRS auditing more black people.
Yeah, but who's in charge of the policies and practices?
Right. That does not make it not institutional racism or systemic racism.
Who's in charge of the policies and practices?
That does not make it not institutional racism.
But if we are in charge, if we are there,
we're not in charge of anything. Let's put it. There's black faces in place.
We are there. We are there, and just like the minister said, we are mannequins. We look good and we do fucking nothing. That's the problem.
But let's not act like they got any real power.
We're the only ones that blame shit. And we spend more money. We have more shit.
Calling it out what it is.
Do what we're supposed to do.
Calling it out what it is not being playing.
Dude, bro, I love you.
America is racist. You just said that.
America is racist. But guess what?
Black people don't run America.
We don't have to deal with it. Do the Jews deal with what's going on in America? They go in, they mind their own fucking business. They get their land. They got all their businesses. They commerce with each other. They got their own police department. They got their own ambulance corps. They don't give a fuck of what goes on outside of their community.
How can you compare the situation? We've never been on equal ground. We've never been more. Okay.
We spend more, AJ.
We've never been on equal ground. Their situation and control.
We never been on equal ground because we don't have unity. We got all the money. Yo, Puffy just said it. With Rashad and Bilal and them. 1.6 trillion goddamn dollars, and we don't pool it within ourselves. Studies have shown money in other communities go around 5, 6, 7, 8 times. Money in the black community goes around once, and it goes out the community.
Yeah,
we don't do that.
You're being argumentative, and I'm agreeing with you. Like we're saying the same thing. I'm not. Everything that you said, I have said for 9 years on this show.
Exactly.
So those points are mute.
But why are we using racism as an excuse?
It's not an excuse.
Then what is it?
But you can't say it doesn't exist and calling it out. You've called out racism all your life.
I called out what it was, but I also called out how to fix it. And people don't want.
Well, you never gave me a chance to talk about that. You just you stopped me as I called out what it was.
People don't want to fix it. I'm saying
but you didn't allow me to continue
talking.
Okay.
I
called it out, and you just was like I'm one of them happy-go-lucky Negroes that just be using this as an excuse. And you know me better than that. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, yo, dude, we're on the same point. We're on the same point, but you know what I'm saying?
No more, man. I don't want to hear that shit anymore. Right? Look, if you go into a store and they're racist, don't spend your money with them. I see people on social media. They got oh man, this guy's racist, and then the Jim Jones and Gucci. And he still bought, and far as I think he still spent the money. Why would you do that?
But let's be real. From the, if I don't have to respect you and you're gonna spend your money anyway, no matter how I treat you, why would I care about how I treat you?
But that's what black people do.
No, but I'm saying, look at it though. Why would they change? Making the point that you're saying about not spending your money, that's the only way they're gonna hear it.
Exactly.
Why should I change if I treat you like crap? I disrespect you. I do all of these things, and you're still going to spend your money with me anyway. Why should I care or change how I treat you?
Exactly. We do it all the time. I don't spend money where I'm not wanted.
Everybody watching this, share this video. If you go to our YouTube page, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click like. Make sure you share. This is our 9-year anniversary. This is Black Westchester Presents the People Before Politics radio show. This is where we give you real talk for the community. This is where we give you the news of the Black point of view. Make sure that you subscribe if you're looking on YouTube below. Make sure we're talking about support. So, and I say that to say we give our money and we support things that don't support us. When you have people that do support you, make sure we support each other. And that's enough. We don't do that part either. While we spend our money with all these places that don't care about us, we don't support our institutions and our organizations that are really out there fighting for us either.
No, we don't.
And that's the other side of the coin too.
Well, no, we don't. And
Terry's right. We have to switch from a consumer to
a producer mindset. Absolutely.
And Eric Kahn was on here a couple of weeks ago talking about AI and the importance of getting involved in AI, because if we don't get on it on this level now, it's going to be big. We're going to be involved, but we're going to be involved as the consumers. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be, instead of the producers, we're going to be consumers. And this economy, this systemic racism, the racism in America, all of this stuff depends on us being the consumer to fund all the things that they do, to run that. So the not spending the money, like, yo, why spend your money where you're not appreciated? It's like being married to somebody who just disrespects you all the time, like you involved in a relationship and that person, all they do is disrespect you. Why would you stay there? Why would you stay there for that? Like you would leave that quicker. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're so quick. Why? Yeah, if you don't want my money, if you don't know how to treat me, I'm not giving you my money. I'm not spending my money with you. I'm not fucking with you.
But it's a plan, man. It's a
whole thing. It's a brainwashing. It's a whole thing. And we have to educate ourselves, and we have to be smarter than that.
But we're not.
We fall for the banana in the tailpipe all the time, whether it's from the politicians that look like us or don't look like us, we fall for the banana in the tailpipe all the time. We don't demand more. And until you realize that you are worth more and that you deserve more, you will never demand more. You will accept the bullshit that people give you because you believe you deserve that or you don't deserve better. And it's that big of a situation. You have to realize you deserve better. You deserve to be treated better. You have to demand better. And nothing in this country, any right that you want to say that we got, we fought for it. This country never gave us anything because it was the right thing to do. They're never going to change this because it's the right thing to do. And people fought, people died, people went to jail, people got beat, people, whatever the process was, people fought for it. And what are you willing, for what you say you want, what are you willing to do for it? And what are you willing to do to get it? And that's the bottom line. There's too many people, you say you want this stuff, but you're not willing to fight for it. Freedom ain't free. Freedom ain't free. What up?
You absolutely right, my brother. You absolutely right. But we got to, but we don't do it, man. We see we are in an age right now, and I tell this to my son, I tell this to my wife. We're in an age right now that if you read and you study, you ain't got to work for nobody, bro. And you can make great money. You can make great money, and you ain't got to work for nobody. That's why they're having a hard time. That's why they're having a hard time finding finding people to work, because a lot of these young people have caught on. A lot of these people have caught on, and they get it now. So, and they're making decent money, not even leaving their house. But as always, we are we are always behind. You know? So we better get it together. We better get it together. Because if we don't, we're gonna be left behind again. We got left behind in the computer era.
We're being left behind, not we're going to be. We're being left behind as we speak.
We
hear about AI
ball.
and all that. There's been people that's been involved and been on the cutting end of that for the last decade or so. We're hearing about it now. There's some people that are so far ahead. Even us getting involved now, we're still being left behind. But we won't be as left behind if we don't get involved now.
We're not.
Yeah,
we're not. Black people ain't gonna do nothing, man. We're not, because of the fact that we're too busy. We're too busy. First of all, we have to start teaching our children. And I did a video on my YouTube page talking about the scarcity mindset and the abundance mindset. How Black people, we are of a scarcity mindset. We're not of abundance mindset. Because we teach our children to go to school and go to work for somebody else. We invest hundreds and thousands of dollars on our children's education just for them to go work for somebody instead of building a business. If you talk to a lot of the other people that came to this continent, other ethnic groups, you will hear that their grandparents used to say, we go to America, we'll start a business. Even though, yes, we came here by slaves. I get all that. But we had all that. We gave it all up because we wanted to be close to the white man. It is what it is. And even Martin Luther King, after he finished his whole fight for integration, questioned, did he do the right thing? And I'm telling you here, integration was one of the most worst things that happened to Black people.
Yeah, we were supporting each other out of a lack of necessity. We couldn't go. The white man wouldn't allow you to eat with him, to go to his stores, to go to his barbershops, to go to his lawyers, to go to his hospitals, any of that. So we had to create all of this and had a power structure. And the white man realized how much we were supporting each other and how that was building for us generational wealth and all this. The best thing they ever did was say, no, you can come over here and spend that money with us now. And Black people, if it's white, it's right. It's just like Brother Hafiz Muhammad, rest his soul, said on our show when we were in the studio in Yonkers, the best way the quickest way to get a black person to spend money is tell them that you don't want their money. And black people will fight you. No, my money is as good as everybody else's money. You're going to take my money.
Exactly.
So we went and then we started. And trust me, integration, while it seemed like a great thing, they knew what they were doing. Everything that's done, like we don't see the bigger picture. So we stopped spending. Now we were happy. We can sit at the lunch counter with the white man. We stopped going to the black establishments. We were happy that we could go to the white doctor. So we stopped supporting the black doctor. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you know, to have the choice, I'm fighting to have the choice. I get that. But what we lost we didn't see the bigger picture is we didn't see how that 1 trillion or whatever we talk about, whatever it was then, it was less then, but it was still that big of an astronomical number. But we were spending it amongst each other. We were supporting each other. Other groups of people saw that. And for other groups of people to be successful, they need us to stop spending it amongst each other. And they benefit from us spending it with them. So they had to be like, yo, how can we get that money so we can survive? But they saw how we were sustaining ourselves. We were holding it down for ourselves.
Yeah, man.
We don't go back. People want to talk about history. You want to talk about, and we listen with history. The winner writes history. So we allowed them to turn Martin Luther King into a dreamer. You understand what I'm saying? We he had a lot more radical things like redistributing the pain, which is what just before he got killed, he was like, yo, what's the big bread company in this place? And he was like, Wonder. What's the other one? Tasty or whatever it is. We're not going to spend money with them. You understand? We're going to redistribute the pain. He was talking about that then before he got killed. And that's one of the reasons that he got killed, because he was telling black people to stop spending your money with these people that are disrespecting you. It's time to redistribute the pain. We need to stop listening to what they want to give us the I Have a Dream speech, which is not the title of that speech. We need to look at all his other work and all the other things he was talking about. There was also a point after Malcolm died that he realized that Malcolm's way might not have been better than Malcolm. Malcolm might have been more right about some of the things that he was speaking about. You know what I'm saying? We don't look back. We don't look. We have to stop letting them force feed us, and we have to do our own. We're lazy, and the current generation is lazier. Y'all have access to a computer in your hand. You have access to more information than I ever had. My parents had to get, if your parents could afford it, we had to have encyclopedias or go by a friend's house who had an encyclopedia. You got all of this stuff on a computer in your hand. You got access to all this information without going to a library. And you allow them to get you caught up in the bullshit, partying bullshit, ratchet shit, all that reality TV, all that shit that they're telling you TV ain't real. Why do you think they got to call it reality TV? They're already telling you that the shit they tell you on TV is not real. You know what I'm saying? But there will always be somebody that looks like us that will take the money to be able to be used as a buffoon or to distract us from what the situation really is. And we have to overcome all of that. We have to. You have to really, really pay attention. If you want, the one thing I always quote from Barack, I said, you have to be the change that you want. Everybody wants change. Everybody wants this. Everybody wants that. People fighting for reparations. Yeah, they think that the government should give them $1 million. I don't think most of y'all should ever get a check like that, because it would be more detrimental to you than the situation is right now.
Listen.
And I'm keeping it real. Like I
Man,
think reparations, and then when your kid graduates high school, they should be able to go to community college for free. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like the Homestead Act, where first time black ownership and for black people and stuff like that. Those are the things that will create generational wealth. Giving you a check would only, there's a Dave Chappelle skit. If I can download it, I'm going to play it. It's about the day that black people got reparations. Man, Cadillac stock went up 1,000%. Kentucky Fried Chicken stock went up 500%. Moet stock went, or Chris, whatever the liquor store company, their stock went up 500% because people went and brought all of that. Here in Mount Vernon, when we had the situation with the PPP loan and the PPP scam that people are going to jail for now, one thing I told Damon, I see so many new vehicles with temporary tags in the hood.
It's crazy.
Everybody had a brand new Jeep or Benz or BMW. What's crazy is there are more BMWs in Mount Vernon than there are in Pelham and Pelham Manor.
Yo,
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
it was crazy.
In Harlem, back in the days when me and Brian Marable had a shop at the Mart, there was this cat. This is back in the early 90s. He had a $75,000 vehicle living at his mother's apartment in the projects. What's wrong? And this is in the 90s. That was a lot of money then. What the hell?
That's a lot. $75,000 car, a lot of money now.
Right, but I'm saying this is 1990, early 1990s, late 80s, living in his mother's apartment, not his apartment. Living in his mother's apartment with a $75,000 vehicle sitting in the parking lot. We want to look good. Remember that movie White Man Can't Jump? And Wesley was saying something, and Woody Harrelson said one thing. He said, "Y'all rather look good than do good." He said, "I might not look pretty, but I win." You understand what I'm saying? Like Wesley had to do all the extra dribbling and all the fancy stuff and all that other stuff. You want to look, you got to look good. You know what I'm saying? Instead of win and do good. Hey, Sarah. Is that the name? Miss Sarah. Hey,
everybody.
Hey.
I'm everybody.
I'm Uncle AJ. I hear you all the time when Papa's on the phone.
Everybody. Say hey, everybody. Yeah, Papa babysitting. She told me all right, time to get off. All right, so watch your iPad. All right, Papa be finished soon.
So Damon gave up. Damon retired from corrections. Bye. Damon retired from corrections. He got a new job now.
It's my new job, babysitting. and this is what we do when you retire. You babysit. You take care of your young'uns. And
being around you, she's gonna get a lot of education that a lot of kids her age ain't getting. See, that's one of the things Cynthia Turnquest Jones always said when we was talking about Black history not learning in school. She said everything she learned about Black history she learned from her parents. She learned in the house. What you see right there in that screen with my brother, that's that. You know what I'm saying? Spending quality time and educating our youth, so that we don't have what you see on Instagram. What you see right there, picture you see right now is to prevent them pictures you see of them on Instagram right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Like Chris Rock said, he said his success was his only job as a father was to keep his daughter off the pole. You know what I'm saying? And as a father, you might not say I was the greatest father, but I succeeded in keeping my daughter off the pole.
Let me tell you something, man. One thing, and this is when I have discussions with women when they were like, "Oh, it's hard being a single parent and all that," and I'm looking and I'm like, I was a single parent. I was a single parent. I was raised
by a single parent.
I was raised, but I was a single parent. I was raising my son, right? I had custody. Like people, I don't get into the conversation with a lot of people, but I do, right? And whatever situation, my goal was, I'm just gonna make sure you graduate. That was my goal. I'm gonna make sure you graduate. You ain't gonna get into no trouble. All the trouble he got was after he graduated, because he wasn't living with me after he graduated. He wasn't with me after he graduated. But went from 9 years old to graduation time, he was on the straight and narrow. But once he decided, all right, I'm gonna go out here into the world, I'm gonna go out to college, and I'm gonna do all that, and then I don't want to go to college. I'm like, you ain't coming back here. And that's a whole nother story after that. But at the end of the day, that was my goal. You're gonna, what you do after you have you get your, I wasn't even thinking about college, because I'm like, dude, well, he did go to college, because I drove him down to Morgan State. But at the end of the day, that was his decision on how he's going to do his life, right? And one thing my pastor was said, and one, look, we can't change people on what they want to be. We could give them the direction. And sisters, you can't change your children on what they want to be. You could give as much direction. Then after a while, you got to let that go so you could be healthy, because you'll sit around and stress out all that, and then you'll stress yourself into a grave. I'm not stressing myself into a grave. And I don't advise any parent to stress themselves into a grave over a grown-ass child of theirs.
Absolutely. And you said what we don't do and why we don't do it. And how do we combat that? By doing what you're doing, by those who do it, by teaching our kids this, our young people this when they're young. They even when and as someone who had a lot of stuff impacted, I still wanted to go the way I wanted to go. But you know the difference is, they called me the prodigal son. I had a place to come back to because I had a foundation.
Right.
You know, like I figured it out. When I figured it out, I had a foundation to come back to. I had all of that stuff that was in my head that they put in, that they was getting at me with, that was still in there. You know what I'm saying? Even though I thought I wasn't paying attention, those seeds were still planted. It took a while for them to grow, but they were still planted though.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm doing what I'm doing now because of my parents and all of those other adults that was in my life that imparted all of this into me. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. But we all have our point where we want to rebel and we step away from the system. You know what I'm saying? The prodigal son, see, I want my situation now. I want to party. I want to do whatever now. But reality kicks in, and like the prodigal son, you end up returning back if you have something to come back to. The problem is too many of our young people don't have something to come back to.
No, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So when they get it, it's kind of too late. And they're trying to figure it out, and they didn't get some of that stuff when they were younger, and they don't have a foundation to come back to. We have to continue to plant the seeds. Like Cynthia said, she learned all of these things. Her parents used to make her read all these books and all of that stuff, and she wasn't trying to feel that. But, she's a big advocate for childhood literacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
she knows more Black history than a lot of teachers do that be teaching the stuff to our kids. You know what I'm saying? That's because her father put that in her. Her father put that in her. Other groups of people that you were talking about, Jewish people and other people, they impart their kids with financial literacy, something we don't teach. That's why we don't understand that we're the consumers. That's why we don't understand, as Terry Watson said, what he said, we have to be, he said something about us being a consumer. Oh, we have to switch from the consumer to the producer mindset. But if the people that are over you, your guardians, the people that's giving you guidance, if they don't got a producer mindset, how do you get it? Because you're being taught by consumers that, like, and if you don't have no other outside entities into
but it's not just the parents, right? It's
Well,
the
it's
school.
an education system.
It's
Yes.
the educational system. The
Right.
educational system is not designed for you. I'm talking about all the way up to a doctorate degree. It's not designed for you to go out and become a multi-billionaire, right? The 28 tech giants, none of them have college degrees,
Right.
right? So it's not designed for you to do it.
But you know what's crazy? We do have some of that in us. You know why I say this, and I've been fighting this for a long time. I know some dudes that were some pretty successful street pharmacists. Do you know, to do what they do, if they was to put that somewhere else other than drugs, you're getting a product that you see that is a need for. You're buying that product, you're breaking it down into smaller entities. You're packaging it, you're selling that product. You're collecting the money, and you're ordering more of the product, and you're doing it over and over and over. That's running a business.
No, absolutely.
Look at Frank Lucas, the story of Frank Lucas. Frank Lucas got like a 7-year education, 7th grade education, but somehow figured out a way. The soldiers were getting better heroin over in Korea or Vietnam, wherever they were, Vietnam, and created a system to bring it in to the United States, where the mob then had to buy from him. And this is in the 60s. This is when we had no power. This is a man with a 6th, 7th grade education.
No, listen,
If we get our kids to teach them other things, they're gonna do it. They're gonna succeed. You know what I'm saying? Those who do it, the few people in hip hop that actually flip. 50 Cent is a great story. He flipped that. He took that mentality, and he ended up learning this business, and he's hustling in this business, and he's hustling on multiple levels and stuff. And that's why you see where he is. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And he had that whatever attitude in the street, and he took that to the business world. You know what I'm saying? And cleaned it up a little bit. And he got multiple things going on. I had one source of income. When the hip hop thing was, he wasn't the hottest selling rapper no more. He learned to get into TV and movies and stuff like that. The investment in vitamin water, even if that was Chris Lighty advising him, there was an advisor.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We have to, and those who know have to share with those who don't. We have this mentality like Clarence Thomas and who benefited from what do they call it, that he's trying to get rid of what they call it, preferential treatment. What is that called? He benefited from it, and now he wants to kill it so no other black people can get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to succeed, but then we want to climb a ladder and then pull the damn ladder up so nobody else can climb that shit. That's what the fuck we do.
Well, that's the problem.
Yo, let me tell you a story. So in Long Island, right, when my daughter was just born, I got us, a second floor apartment and a house in Bayshore, Brentwood, Long Island. The main floor, the owner of the house was Hispanic. The main floor was a Puerto Rican family that was watching the house. The basement was some El Salvadorians. I really started paying attention. One day the power thing goes off, and I had to go the breakers down in the basement. I'm seeing all these mattresses on the floor. Yo, they worked 12-hour shifts. Like, when one group left, the other group came. And then the women stayed and watched the kids. What I seen from them over the next few years, they had a landscaping truck. All of them worked on the truck. Then the main cat eventually gets his own truck and his own route. And then you know what I'm saying? Then a house across the street becomes available. And they do the same thing with that house across the street. You know what I'm saying? Where everybody gets in until they can get on their own feet. Then they got another house. Then some of the businesses on Fifth Avenue, which is the main strip, they come up, they start getting they women restaurants and hair salons and stuff like. Yo, they own that area right now.
Right.
But they were willing to share an apartment in unhealthy conditions. They were able to do whatever they wanted to do, whatever they had to do to get to that point to survive. We're not willing to do that. We're not willing to do whatever it takes. We just want it.
Right.
And
All
the
the
next
time.
generation, and the next generation is even worse because as our generation got on that shit, and we raised that generation, and they more on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a generational thing. Yeah, I'm working on my book for 914 Hip Hop, and when I got to the story of the Locks and of being businessmen, so Jadakiss' father is a big dude in the coffee industry, like 20, 30 something years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So Jadakiss got Jadakiss Cafe. It is owned by his father, him, and his son.
Oh, that's his son.
Yeah,
Okay.
his son now.
I
So
wasn't
it's
sure
three.
that was his son or his brother.
No, his son. So it's 3 generations. He created a situation using the expertise of his father from 20 years of all the big coffee companies, you know what I'm saying, to create their own coffee. You know what I'm saying? He put the money and his celebrity behind it, and he got his son involved in the
No,
business
that's, I
aspect.
mean,
That's
dude,
generation. That alone can create generational wealth.
look, man, and it could. We just have to do it, you know. And big shout out to Myron Golden, man. If people don't get what we're talking about, go watch Myron Golden. And I'm telling you, we have to have the mindset of being producers. Being producers. You know, just like AJ was talking about what Jadakiss did with his father, started a coffee brand. There's so many businesses out there. Everybody is in need of something. Start a business. If you haven't learned anything, start a business. Start a business. Not only that, start a business, and there's so many tax deductions that you have a business. We don't have businesses. Black people don't own businesses. We need to start owning businesses. When you drive through Mount Vernon, how many Black-owned businesses do you actually see?
And then how many do you support?
Right. And not only that, but also the businesses have to be professional. Right?
Oh, absolutely.
They have to be professional,
and
because
treat people professional, and treat people right, and treat their consumers
absolutely
with respect. Yeah, you can't.
Absolutely. You just, I mean, so you just don't treat people any type of way anyway because you mad because you got a business.
And you got to
right?
have the best product. You got to have the
Exactly.
You got to have a quality product. Because I'm gonna be honest, sometimes if you can go to another group of people, they got a better product. You're trying to save some money. You know what I'm saying? Like you can get a better product here, and you don't have to deal with that BS. You might go there. You know what I'm saying? So you have to. Listen.
You gotta have a business. I mean, people, we have to. We have to. Man, look.
If you have to find a niche.
There's just whatever you're good at.
Listen, when I came home in 2014, and I'm not balling out of control by any means. I was 40 something, I'm 57. That was 9 years later, so I'm 48 maybe, right? So, I kind of almost lost everything right after my mom died. Damon presented this idea. You know what I know? I'm a writer. I know hip hop, I know politics, I know entertainment, I know writing. We wrote for magazines and stuff. I did some little news stuff. We came up with this idea to do Black Westchester, the news with the Black point of view, because it filled a niche that nobody else was doing. So basically, like I wasn't getting, because I was in music and doing all these other things on an entrepreneurial level, I really didn't have like 10 years of banking, 10 years of customer service, whatever, So any kind of job I was going to get, if I could get it, was some real bottom level job, the low level job. I didn't fit in anybody's lane, so we created our own lane. Now, It might not have the success and millions of dollars and what people see as success, but the impact we have on the landscape, the political landscape, and the Black community in Westchester and the surrounding area is invaluable. Most elected officials now have to come through us and come see us. You know what I'm saying? Like, They want our support. They want to. Hey, we not, and I won't mention no names. A certain person was running for office and had invited me and Damon for a meal because they wanted to know if we was friend or foe. You know what I'm saying? Like they wanted to know. It was a powerful individual, but he wanted to know if Black Westchester was going to be friend or foe. Like we might not be able to cause him to lose the election, but if we was his foe and we was coming for him, we could have made it a whole lot harder for him. Like he'd had to work harder than he ever had to work. He probably still would have won, but you know, and that's what it is. There's something everybody is good at. There's something everybody has a knack for. There's something that there's a need in your community that you can fill. There's a need that our people or people, period, don't have to be our people, period, need. There's always that new thing. All these things that we buy, somebody thought of that because there wasn't nobody doing it. And they thought of it first, and they're making mad money right now. You know what I'm saying? So there's something, everybody has ideas.
Right.
You have to follow through. And then it's follow through and consistency. We're here for 9 years because of consistency. Even when it didn't make dollars, it still made sense, and we continued to do it. Especially speaking from my perspective, Damon, you know, he had a pension, he had a career. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm sitting here thugging it out. This is what we have to do for each other. And we get support. And some of our biggest support didn't come from our community. Didn't even come from people that look like us. It was other people who saw the value in what we were doing before our own people could see the value. And that's a shame. Some other city just asked me, so I know you in Mount Vernon, so I know they big supporters of Black Westchester. Yo, no disrespect on the current administration. In 9 years, we've had 4 mayors, over 12 or 15 city council people, 3 controllers. The city of Mount Vernon has never, to date, supported Black Westchester. I live here. Damon used to live here. Damon has a business here. Damon's family has businesses here. They have never supported Black Westchester once. There was a couple of institutions, the library, sometimes they took our ads. Some of the elected officials might have took our ads when they were running. But the city, the number one municipality who support us wasn't our own, was Yonkers. Their whole city government supported us. Police took out ads for recruiting. The fire department took out ads for recruiting. City Hall, their Generation Yonkers, their IDA, all that we received. My wall is full of proclamations right now from assemblymen, not my assemblymen, from Yonkers, from state senators, not my state senators.
Right.
Yonkers. From a mayor, none of my mayors. The Yonkers mayor, from the city council president, not none of my city council presidents, but Yonkers city council presidents. But we can't let that stop you, though. You got to keep going. And that's the thing we want to bitch and be like, yo, they won't support me. Yo, these motherfuckers is Yo, we wasn't going to let that stop us. It didn't matter if they supported us or not. We was going to keep doing it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just using a personal example, and that might not mean dollars and cents to some other people, and it might not show success for some other people, but I'm just talking about from a personal level. Like sometimes you talk about what you got to do, sometimes you got to show what you did in that situation.
Right, exactly.
That whole started from the bottom. Yeah, they say, people say, we started with a low budget. Yo, we started with no budget. Like literally no budget. Not low, no. So anyway, I digress, but I wanted to get that out the word. As we celebrate our 9-year anniversary, and we still standing at all the attacks and all the stuff and the starving us, and we had administration here in Mount Vernon who literally tried to starve us and threaten other people not to advertise them with us. But we're still standing. And some of them are not.
Yeah, man. It's crazy.
And you see a little more passion in me right now. You know why? Because we lost the last local news station that we had in Westchester County. Not a black one, just a news station. A news station, and shout out to the late William O'Shaughnessy, who had a vision to allow everybody of different, when they had an event last year or earlier this year, and they had all the hosts come through WVOX, and Don was interviewing everybody. When he interviewed me, one thing he said after hearing us, we were on the Bob Marone show, after hearing Damon regularly on Ernie Davis show, after hearing me on other people's shows, he was like, "Yo, we got to get them a show. We got to give them their voice a show." And when you watch the TV shows in there, the channels are on Fox News. When you hear the news they play, it's Fox-related news. In other words, that's not our audience. But he had a vision of letting other people speak. And saying, and gave Black Westchester an avenue to talk our talk and tell our truth. And other people I don't agree with, and I don't see eye to eye with, and I'm never going to agree with, they also had a chance to tell their truth. And that we lost that. The only Black, we had WFAS, but then they went to sports. They went totally sports. And then Bob Marone was there. And then we had VOX for years, and they were the last standing. We no longer have a local, not News 12 and all that, but like a local news outlet where you can hear these kind of issues. So now, you know what I mean? Like, it makes me feel like, yo, you know what I mean? It's even more important what we do right now for our community and for what we do.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because we lost they were the last standing in news stations, local news programming that dealt with local issues, that got local politicians on and held their feet to the fire, and they had to come through there when they were running and tell their truth. And they got held to the fire, their feet to the fire, not as much as we hold them, but they still got their help. they had to come correct when they went there, And so I just want to shout out to the loss of WVOX. I think they was around for like 6 decades. But as I wrote in the paper, the new paper that's coming out, once William O'Shaughnessy passed, I knew it was just a matter of time. He passed last year, and now Thursday night they shut down Thursday night. There is no more WVOX.
Oh, word?
Yeah, it was on News 12.
Damn.
It was on News 12. It was on another channel. And several people who had shows shared on Facebook, because that's how I found out it was Thursday. And then I found out I watched the News 12 clip. They shut there. And Don Nardone, who ended up doing the morning show after Bob Marone left, he was Good Morning Westchester. He confirmed that he got a call Thursday night that it was done.
Wow.
So we have lost. So, when you don't support local institutions, that's what happens. And there's a song, I can't remember.
Well, they just sold the AM, right? Or the FM, or both.
Well, they sold the FM, as far as I know. The AM is over, though. They ended the airway, like they ended. I'm still doing my research, but it's over. They pulled the plug on the AM. Is what news, according to News 12, Thursday night they pulled the plug on the AM. They sold the FM, I think, and don't quote me exactly, but I think something like $8 million or something like that. To some possible Christian programming out of Texas or something. I'm doing my research, so don't quote me on these things. I'm still researching everything and still finding out, because we didn't get a call. we do the first Monday of the month. We just didn't do this Monday because it was Labor Day, but we've done our last show on WVOX.
Right.
They gave a lot of people a chance. I mean, some people I didn't think deserved the show, and they had a second show. I ain't gonna name names. Y'all know who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? And there were some people that were really on some right wing.
I guess some people just gonna be sitting in their living room, man. But I don't know. Maybe they can't afford all these lawsuits they be getting. They can't.
You stupid. I'm sorry to laugh. I wasn't even trying to say names and stuff. People know who I'm talking about, but it's just like, yo.
You know? And his brother can't get nothing done because he got lawsuits and owing people.
Well,
Jesus
they
Christ.
didn't know who I was talking about. They definitely know now.
I ain't say no names. Shit.
Oh, Lord. Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah, but
you know no names.
The power of local media. National media tells a story, and then your local media, your free independent press, your free independent media articulates to you how that affects your community and your rights and how that affects you in a way, in a narrative for your community. You know, every group of people has it. There's Chinese media, there's LGBTQ media, there's Irish, there's the Irish Times, there's all these other papers that speak specifically to their community. You know what I'm saying? What's crazy about WVOX, they invited all of us who spoke to our own community to speak out on their airwaves. All of us. So there was some very right-wing people that we've got some callers that, that used to call with some craziness, and we would have to, like, you know what I'm saying, you know, keep our head, but articulate our point of view. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I always knew that it was more than just the person that called that I was talking to. Like, there's a whole lot of people that thought like them, and what was the beautiful thing is it allowed me to bring our brand to that audience that normally wouldn't get to hear our point of view. And a lot of times people called them was like, yo, even when they didn't agree with everything, said they really appreciated what we was doing and they really respected it. And some people was like, yo, they didn't know that. They didn't know that. They didn't never heard that side of it before. And that was the beautiful thing of a station like WVOX. So
yeah,
I'm off that, but I just wanted to shout that out, that whole entity. And it did a lot for Black Westchester in building our brand to and out to a different audience. Like Bob Marone said, and this is true in that situation, we never tried to go mainstream. We never sold out for that audience, but in keeping it authentic and keeping it real, we actually brought a piece of the mainstream with us. And VOX was a part of that, bringing a piece of the mainstream to us without us going out of our way to for that audience. Just doing what it is we do and keeping straight to us and keeping it authentic and being unapologetic. When you do that, you don't have to go to them audience. Them audience will come to you.
Right.
I know that got way off the topic, but you know what I'm saying? That was important to share.
Man.
So this is what it is. We're giving you real talk for the community. This is real talk. This is what we started. Now, for years, Damon's been working and been running around, and somehow it became my narrative that you were only hearing. This was never supposed to be. This wasn't created. This was like me, Damon, and then we had another person, Cynthia, and several other people, and it was the three of us together that combined. You know what I'm saying? And you got to hear, and that's what made the show great. You know what I'm saying? So now the brother's retired, and we got a little bit more, and you're hearing a little bit more Damon K. Jones.
Now since I ain't got no job, you know, I ain't got no job. It's crazy, man.
And the important thing about the beginning of this conversation, you don't always have to agree. People don't understand. Like, you don't have to be disagreeable to disagree. Damon and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of things, but we got this company together and we do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But there's a way to do it. You know what I'm saying? He ain't paying me no money. He dealing with the baby right now.
Exactly. Yeah, but I gotta be sharp, like I'm back in the care. What's going on?
What's on the swivel. Right.
What's going on? What's happening? What's going on?
Yeah. But Joe, the real talk though, like it is gonna be from us having difference of opinions and having these debates. You know, and sometimes it get heated. Kenny Chamberlain said to when we spoke at the the rally for Jarrell Garris. I'm gonna get back into that. We're gonna keep that name alive. I don't want nobody thinking that shit is over. We're keeping that name alive. But he was telling to the family, and he was telling them that in public they all have one united front. He said, but in private, y'all are gonna have differences of opinion. Me and my brother Damon, people see us in the background and be like, y'all really don't like each other. He said, but that's not the case though. And he said, because Damon be like, you gotta do this. He said, I ain't got to do this. And I was like, yeah. And I told Kenny, I said, yeah, me and Damon had those conversations. Like, you gotta do this. I said, I ain't gotta do this. But when you see, when the camera comes, when the press crew come, they don't see that. They see a united front fighting for the same cause, and that was the point that he was making. And that's what it's about. And he was telling the family, y'all need to have that one voice and speak at that one voice. And y'all differences of opinions and different ways of going about it, y'all do that behind the scenes, but y'all never let the public see that because that's the way they divide y'all.
Right. Absolutely.
And that's kind of been our motto here with Black Westchester. We had them conversations behind the scenes sometimes. It's just like, but you know what I mean? So that's very important. And that's how you work together. A lot of this all has to do with this really has a lot to do with the same thing of building our power structure, of supporting ourselves, of using our finances to recycle our dollars throughout our community into our businesses and growing our businesses and creating generational wealth, and also educating the next generation so they're not out there trying to figure it out. And with all of the stuff that's going on right now, like this crazy stuff, a lot of people don't have that knowledge of self. Like Buster was talking about, when he came up in hip hop, you had groups like Zulu and other stuff like that. There was knowledge of self. There was a certain responsibility, you stepped out of line. There was a certain repercussions of stepping out of line, and the OGs, step to you about it. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that no more. There's no OG stepping to nobody like that no more. There's no repercussions for all of that right now. And we got to get back to that. We have to get back to our principles, our core. This country we live in wasn't created for us. It was built on the background on our free labor and free labor of others too. You know what I'm saying? And the system was never created for us and with us in mind.
Right.
And, the American dream sometimes is a distraction. Like they used to talk about Jordan one year back in the 90s again. Jordan made $30 million from Nike. That was like, wow, Jordan made $30 million. Nike made 300 plus million and built a whole brand off his name. There was never a Nike Air before Air Jordan.
Right.
It was just Nike.
Right.
That was Nike Air. Like they took the beginning of his name, Air, and took Jordan out of it. I mean, they gave him his brand, but they built a whole thing off of his name. So yeah, they can give you, we like Chris Rock said, we get confused between rich and wealthy. Shaq and Kobe, they was rich, but the white man that paid their salary was wealthy.
Right.
Jordan was rich. The white people at Nike's was wealthy. Phil Knight was wealthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we have to stop falling for this, the okie doke, and start fighting and creating real wealth.
Well, we do all the time, man. Like we always do it. It's nothing new. We always fall for the okie doke, and we're gonna continue until we understand and start doing for ourselves, and stop wanting to thinking the white man's ice is greener, man. You got all these black rich people running to the NBA trying to buy teams, but why don't y'all just run over and build teams with Ice Cube in the Big Six? Like, there's a lot of hate.
The Big Three, and help that be something bigger than it is.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like we just, I don't know. I mean, it's embedded in us.
Because
they did a good job. They did a good job on us, man. They did a good job on us.
We don't know who we are.
It ain't even about being who
No,
we
no,
are.
no. Think about it. So for a group of people who were basically stole from their land, they got their language stolen from, their identity and everything else. All of these things, been through all the things we've been through after slavery, Jim Crow, all that kind of stuff. To this day, we are still a threat, but we don't understand it though.
We get it.
Like every group of people knows how powerful we are, except us.
We get it.
And then we have the gatekeepers. We have our gatekeepers that sell us out. You know what I'm saying? To keep us in this condition.
We get it. We don't want it.
Well, that's the same thing like the movie The Matrix. There were some people that didn't want to be unplugged.
No,
they knew they
I don't want to be. I don't want to be unplugged.
They knew they were plugged into a matrix, and they were like, yeah, but they were comfortable.
I'm good here, man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good here.
But other stuff is hard, and you got to fight for it, and there's going to be tough times, and you got to fight. You got to fight. You got to earn everything. You got to fight for it. Again, freedom is not free.
Them Negroes don't want it. They don't want it. You know, I mean, at the end of the day, man, like black people just have to. If you're not going to do it on a collective level, you know, where you connect with other like-minded black people and other like-minded black people, then you know you got to do it on your own, man. I mean, you gotta get in with your family and build something and build businesses. You know, all these books I'm writing, I'm leaving them all to my granddaughter.
Yeah, I'm leaving them all to my daughter.
Yeah,
and my daughter's doing the covers for them too.
Right, I'm leaving them all to my granddaughter. You know, I'm leaving them all to my granddaughter. Now, if she wants to push them, and depending on, you know, she'll have residual income.
It's instead of giving somebody $1 million check after you die, you're giving them a way to make millions of dollars.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. If they want to make it.
And the crazy thing is everybody has a book in them, right? Nobody, like, I'm not an expert in AJ's life. AJ's an expert in AJ's life. AJ is the only one that can teach people about his life. Nobody else can teach an AJ Woodson class. AJ is the only person that can teach an AJ Woodson class. Damon K. Jones is the only person that can teach a Damon K. Jones class, and so on and so on and so on and so on. We bring to the table our own unique experiences in life, and we could write a book on that. You know, we have been trained by this American system to go to work and get paid. Go to work and get paid.
Do whatever you got to do to get paid more.
No, that's it. Even if you get paid more, there's a ceiling to what you're doing because you're working for somebody else. Yeah. You know, if you write a book, right? You go to work one time, working on a book, and you get paid, 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 you get paid.
You know what's crazy about that? So I did the Black Women's book. The last couple of months, I'm already getting booked for Women's Month next year.
Yeah.
And bring the book. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's what it's supposed to be. Right? That's what we're supposed to be doing. You know, as Black people, we don't do that. You know, I had this conversation. I had this conversation with my wife. I said, you know, Black people in law enforcement, they're the only ones that retire and then they're done. White people in law enforcement
to get another job or something working for somebody else.
Well, even that. White people in law enforcement, they write a book.
Become consultants.
They become consultants, law enforcement consultants. They end up speaking in conferences and doing all that.
Or news correspondents. I mean, like they call them for news.
Yeah.
Like on MSNBC, they call
exactly
FBI agents and former, you know,
exactly. So we, you know, we get lost in the whole thing. And we don't see the value, you know, of our profession, of our profession. And we don't understand the different dynamics and how to get paid, right? But you gotta be, you have to understand things like that. You have to really study and be around people that are going to understand those type of dynamics, right? And instead of being distracted by social media and being distracted by this broken conscious culture, you know, look, if I have to work for somebody moving forward, they're going to pay me a lot of fucking money.
And it's going to be on your own terms too, not because you out of necessity.
Exactly. But they're going to pay me a lot of money. For them to pull me out of this house and actually go to work, like work, they're going to pay me a lot of money. They're definitely going to pay me a lot of money because I know what I bring. Number one, I know what I bring to the table. Number two is to have to work for somebody. No.
Yo, I wanna segue and promoting you a little bit, and get you to talk about it real quick. You said one of the schools is teaching something from your book or something like that, right?
Yeah. I'm going there Wednesday and Thursday this week. Homeschool. I'm going to homeschool Tuesday and Wednesday. Talk about my book, The Strategies of Self. Which the book is written for young people. Oh, here, go right here. I knew I saw it somewhere. Strategies of Self. The book is written for young people.
William H. Holmes Elementary School.
Yes.
You know, so you have the full title for everybody.
Right. So what the Strategies of Self is a strategy of understanding yourself. And basically it's actually 10 points about self that you need to learn about self. Self-esteem, your spiritual self, your loving self, your internal self, your self-respect, your emotional self, your self-awareness, having a power of self-defense. And when you get all that, it's self-mastery, right? You have mastered and self-defense is just in a lot of times, you know, self-defense is not just
physical fighting,
physical self. Is understanding to value and define, right? And what is your limits, and having personal boundaries. I think, you know, having boundaries, we shouldn't be taught having to have boundaries when we see a psychiatrist or a social worker, right? Many of us learn boundaries when we're in some type of counseling. We should be taught to have healthy boundaries as a child. We should respect other people's boundaries, as well as being able to recognize our boundaries. You know, I think we have a culture that has no boundaries. Everything is cool. You know, if you want to have your breasts all out, it's okay. It's okay. You know, if you want to do this, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We are a culture that is without boundaries anymore. You know, and we wonder why, you know, our communities is not as sacred as it used to be, because we don't have those type of boundaries as we had years ago. So, you know, I'm honored, you know, to talk to the kids. I wish I was able to, because I don't have all the books. I would love to. I'm going to have to order some, make sure all the kids get a signed book And I know they're not going to come in time, but I'm going to make sure I get them to them.
Yeah, but if you keep in touch with the teacher or the
yeah, no, I got his number.
Yeah. Then you know how many it is, the kids' name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
even if you have to come back when the books are there, just sign them.
I'm going Wednesday and Thursday.
Right.
So like I'm just going to get the names of all the kids, and I'm going to sign. I'm going to order the books, and I'm going to sign each book and have the books delivered to the kids or come back.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You come back and you can fill them all out. Then make sure everybody gets it and they get it from you. Maybe a picture with you and all that. You know.
Yeah, and get the pictures with the kids. Well, it's time. She's back again, so it's time for me to go.
Miss Sarah.
Yeah, it's time. She's saying it's time to get.
So that's Thursday and Wednesday. Please look out for a special edition of the Black Westchester Power Hour with Mr. Leonard Mack. I'm locking in the date with him, with his attorney in the Innocent Project. And as soon as we get it, Damon will do a flyer. Let's search our social media. Go to our YouTube page if you're not watching this on our YouTube page, Black Westchester. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube page. Make sure you like the videos. You leave your comment and your feedback so we can grow our page and keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like share and if you enjoyed this conversation, share this video. It's on YouTube. Share this video with others you think should see it and could get something from it. Just make sure you share this with others. Thank you, Terry Watson, Hector Santiago, everybody else who tuned in. Cornell Lord Judah and White Plains, Teresa Williams Douglas, I said Terry Watson, and everybody else who's checking us out on either Facebook, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or LinkedIn, and on Damon's Instagram page too as well. So we're going to be finding different ways to do it. Lastly, the last few hours, I created a poll. You see the national polls? I created polls for our local elected officials. On our page, Black Westchester Mount Vernon, there's an approval rating poll for the mayor, Sean Patterson Howard. All you got to do is click whether you agree or disagree on how she's doing the job. That's all. In Yonkers, there's an approval rating for Mayor Mike Spano. All you have to do is click whether you agree or disagree with how he's doing the job. The Black Westchester White Plains Greenberg page, there's a poll for White Plains Mayor Tom Roach. You click whether you agree or disagree or with the way he's doing things. New Rochelle for Black Westchester New Rochelle for Norm Branson, the mayor, and Black Westchester County News page for the county exec, George Latimer. Whether you approve or disapprove and his performance in his role in his position. Now, I'm doing this for more community engagement, but it only works if you, the viewers, the listeners, participate and share it with others so they can participate.
Give me a minute.
And you can't get mad at the results. If the result says that this person's approval rating is high and you disapprove and you didn't vote, then that's why. You know what I'm saying? And if it says the person's got a negative disapproval rating, all those people who approve who didn't vote, that's why. So I'm seeing if this can catch on. We're going to do other polls if this catches on. But this is something I'm starting. But these particular polls right now, you only have they close after certain times. So I think there's 5, 6, 7 more hours to go to those pages.
Oh, it's so big.
Go to those pages and vote. If you can't find it, DM me, and I will send you the link so you can vote. Please do that. The next issue, we're a tribute to the great Honorable Queen Mother Pearl Quarles, who has passed. We'll be paying tribute to her. There'll be a lot of photos and quotes. And there's a picture of her holding up my book, which I am very proud of, because we say things like this when people die. In March, she got my book. She read it, at least what I wrote about her. She was very pleased. I got to give her flowers while she was alive, which was very important to me. But if you have pictures over the next couple of days, we got pictures with her, great pictures or quotes or memories you want to share, email us at blackwestchestermag@gmail.com to get into this issue. And this is also the last week to advertise in that issue. You need copies of the publication for your business or your organization or your events. DM me and we make sure we get it. And we're in a bunch of new places up in northern Westchester, like Katona Library, Lewisboro Library, Bedford Hills Library, Ossining Library, a lot of places up there that normally don't get the news with the Black point of view. Thank you for all those who are contributing to delivering them to those type of places. Tarrytown Library, a lot of libraries who, a lot of areas that didn't get it before. So if you want to get it for your town, your business, your organization, or even for your event, let us know. Also, I'll have more on this. The Mount Vernon NAACP is having their first annual gala.
Oh man, it's gonna be nice.
Green Tree, November 2nd. I was just on the executive committee meeting as the vice president about that. Shout out to Kelly Denise event. She's the one doing the event planning and everything for it. So shout out to her. Definitely, little sis is doing her thing. Very proud of her. So I want to give her a shout. And that's it, yo. Follow us. Follow all the different things Damon's doing. Monday, your Monday thing. What's your Monday thing?
Monday, definitely. How does it?
Monday mindset, morning motivation, or something?
Oh yeah, hold on a second. 1 second. I should have been doing it while you was talking.
Right. See, I got it. That's what I do. This is what I do. They bring it on.
Exactly.
This is what I do. Yo.
Exactly.
So while he's doing that, also,
keep talking. Just give
follow
me
me on YouTube on Mr. MRAJ Woodson for my new YouTube channel and my new live video series, Relax and Take Notes. And there's a lot of little clips in there and previous interviews and stuff I'm building at. Definitely go and like that, subscribe to that so you know when the new videos are coming. Like, that's the whole thing. Everything we do, go to the bottom, subscribe to it, like it. So you can get, you like what we're doing, subscribe to it, like it. You know what I'm saying? Follow us. Tell a friend to tell a friend. That's how we build this whole thing from the ground 9 years. So we need to get back to that grassroots.
Absolutely.
I see your picture. You gonna put it up?
Yeah. I got it.
Yeah,
so tomorrow, definitely join me at 8 p.m. on YouTube and the Facebook group, The Health Mindset. We're going to be having a great conversation. The Monday mindset is your wedding, is the ceremony, your marriage is a work. That's going to be,
amen.
That's going to be on the Monday mindset. The Monday mindset, 8 p.m. on YouTube, or you go to Facebook, The Health Mindset, the group, and it will be live on there too. Won't be live on my page, won't be live on AJ's page. It's either YouTube or the Health Mindset Facebook group.
And that's Damon K. Jones at YouTube.
Yeah, Damon K. Jones at YouTube.
Black Westchester at YouTube. Damon K. Jones.
Yeah, right, Damon K. Jones.
I said follow my Mr. AJ Woodson. Follow his Damon K. Jones. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe so you will always be alerted on all new videos.
Right. And click. And on Thursday, I'm starting something new on Thursday for the fellas from my book, The 53 Building Blocks to Be a Divine Black Masculine. So on every Thursday, we're going to be talking about Black masculinity. And same thing. It's going to be the health mindset, how to
Wednesday, you said Thursday, Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday, I'm sorry. And on Wednesday, how to reconnect with your divine Black masculinity from the book of building the 53 building blocks to be a divine Black masculine. So we're gonna have that discussion. And also you could go to the Divine Black Masculine Facebook group. And where we're going to be sharing things and discussing things out of the 53 building blocks to be the Divine Black Masculine. But also, I think what has been missing is that Black men do not have safe places. We do not have safe places to discuss issues or well, it's your iPad. Yep, she got it natural. She gets it from her grandfather. Yeah, yep, she got it natural. So definitely join us. She's getting her practice on for her own YouTube page. Ain't that right, baby girl? That's right. You're gonna get your own YouTube page. You're gonna do shows on YouTube, right? That's right. That's what I'm talking about. So definitely join us Monday and Wednesday.
No doubt. I'm sitting here doing my promotions.
No, she's sitting here.
Yeah.
What? You want the mic? Yeah, you would have saw her face, AJ. You want the mic? Yeah. All right.
She said, "Yeah." She said, "Go ahead."
Rock and roll.
She gonna be like her grandfather.
What,
she gonna be like
now you got the mic now. You was talking all that stuff. Yeah. Say God is in your vegetables.
Vegetables.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. That's it. That's my baby girl.
She's gonna be like her. She's gonna be like her papa. She's gonna get to a point where she never met a mic that she didn't like, and rule number one: never turn down a microphone.
Exactly. She's gonna be yeah. My grandfather said never take a mic, but I'm gonna say this, y'all.
Look. That's a priceless. As we end, though, I really want to say that is priceless. What you're seeing on the screen right now, that is priceless. This is our Black family unit. This is what they say don't exist. This is what they say Black men are not involved in their families. This nullifies all of those BS stereotypes.
No, well, actually, believe it or not, and we're gonna close this. Black men are the most involved. With their children.
The most involved men. Yes.
Yeah, involved men.
Yeah. Oh, you said Black men. Yes.
Yeah. Out of all the ethnic groups, study. Out of all the ethnic groups, Black men are the most involved with their children. So,
and shout out to all the men, all the Black men that are raising somebody else's child.
Right. And for
they don't include that. Like there's a whole lot of Black men married a woman who had kids and they're raising that kid. Maybe the father's not involved, maybe the father is involved. There's a whole percentage of that, Black men raising families involved in the kids' life. Yeah.
And check this out. It says 70%, and this is CNN, right? Whether y'all like it or not, 70% Black fathers who live with their children were most likely to have bathed, dressed, changed, or helped their child with the toilet every day, compared to only 60% of white fathers and 45% of Hispanics. U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention report. So we are there and we are present as Black men in our children's lives.
I don't know if she's watching me or not. This is, you can see me.
You sitting there doing stuff, I'm reading, and she.
I'm doing what she's doing. Yeah, I'm doing it back to her. I see you. I see you.
Now you All right. Well, check us out. And we'll be here. I don't know if she'll be here next week.
We're here every Sunday.
And she might be here tomorrow. Who knows? On the Monday mindset, right? But I know she's gonna be here the Thursday. That's not
a conversation for her.
Exactly. Well, check us out. 8 p.m. tomorrow, the Monday Mindset. I want to thank everybody that's watching, everybody that has allowed our little co-host to talk also. And we are just trying to do our thing. And y'all just seeing me on my new job. And so it is what it is.
And she's the future, whatever this is going to be like when she grows up.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. She don't even know who our Pop is, so she get all like, Jesus Christ, that's the guy that I was with all this time. I have no clue. Even my older grandbaby, I'm like,
Martin Luther King's kids said that too. Like they did not know who their father was to the world. Like they really, as growing up, they never knew. They never knew that.
Right.
It was after he died and all these things came out and stuff like that. And in their adulthood, they found out. But they never knew. As great as Martin Luther King, his kids never knew that he was that.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's it, y'all. We're going to get up out of here.
Yes, sir.
Say bye, baby. Say bye to everybody.
Bye.
Okay, we out.
Peace.
Yeah. Where's the thing?
With the video?
With the outro. Because that's the countdown. There you go.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. Any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You and I have never seen democracy. All we've seen is hypocrisy. When we open our eyes today and look around America, we see America not through the eyes of someone who has enjoyed the fruits of Americanism. We see America through the eyes of someone who has been the victim of Americanism. We don't see any American dream. We've experienced only the American nightmare. We haven't benefited from America's democracy. We've only suffered from America's hypocrisy. And the generation that's coming up now can see it and are not afraid to say it. 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 And are not afraid.